What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another video. And today I got a special one. It is my first 2 round mock over on YouTube. If you're coming over here from TikTok, I do 2 round mocks every day. So it's nothing new for me. It's nothing new for you. But to my new subscribers on YouTube that don't know who I am, this will be the first 2 round mock you will see from me. I'm not going to do trades. We'll keep things simple. Let's get straight into it. Starting off with the number 1 overall pick. Do I need to explain? No? Okay, let's move forward. Going to the number 2 pick for the Jets. It really is a discussion to me. It's either Arvell Reese or Ruben Bain. My personal preference, if I was running the Jets, I would take Ruben Bain Jr. But I do think it might be more likely that Arvell Reese goes ahead of Ruben Bain. So today we will go with Arvell Reese, number 2 overall, to be a linebacker edge hybrid for the Jets. Number 3 for the Cardinals. With no Arvell Reese, I don't think Ruben Bain is really a good fit, considering you have Darius Robinson. I think he's better than Darius Robinson, but you just spent a first round pick on Darius, 2 years ago? Not looking to really replace him already. Let's just go the safe route and go offensive line. I'm hearing a lot of talk, Spencer Fano and Francis Mauigoa. It really is a coin toss who's going to be the tackle one. To me personally, and I guess I'll put my impact here, I would go Francis Mauigoa. He played tremendous in the college football playoffs. He's 2 years younger. He's like 30 pounds bigger. I personally would take Mauigoa over Fano, in my opinion. Number 4 for the Titans, you just hired Brian Daboll, as your offense coordinator. A+ signing, Robert Saleh and Daboll. That is a great staff for Cam Ward. I'm telling you right now. Where do we want to go, though? Really, with how the wide receiver class is shaping up, I love Mekhi Lemon. He's not going 4 overall. Parnell Tate, I've been saying for months, high-end wide receiver too. Jordan Tyson, love to death, but Jordan Tyson's injury history is just too scary for me. So go ahead and give me the safest option, and I'll go Ruben Bain Jr. out of the U to help out Robert Saleh's defense and let him put his own stamp on it. Number 5 for the New York Giants. Interesting pick here as well with the Giants. Caleb Downs is kind of just like the BPA option. Spencer Fano, now off the reports I'm hearing, it seems like Fano might be going a lot higher than what I originally thought. So maybe he's the pick. The route I'm going to go, I'm going to take Carnell Tate out of Ohio State. John Harbaugh took 2 wide receivers in the first round in his time in Baltimore. The Giants need weapons. Wandale's a free agent. I don't know if he's going to be back. Darius Slayton's just not all that good at this point in his career. Carnell Tate to me feels like a perfect wide receiver too, opposite of Malik Neighbors. Number 6 for the Browns. Like I was saying, there's talks about Tyson falling and Fano, it sounds like, moving up draft boards. Like I said, I do multiple mocks every single day. I know very well I am not going to like the wide receiver board at 24, and I want a true wide receiver one. Go ahead and give me Jordan Tyson out of Arizona State to the Cleveland Browns to reunite with his brother in Cleveland, who obviously plays for the Cavaliers, if you did not know. And let's move forward. 7 for the Commanders, our one and only pick in this 2 round mock. I'm just going to play the safe route and go David Bailey out of Texas Tech. David Bailey's a phenomenal player. He's arguably the best pass rusher in the draft up there with Ruben Bain. So I would take him in a heartbeat if I was the Commanders. You need pass rush in a bad way. Caleb Downs and Sonny Styles both interest me as well, but let's go with the most valuable position and arguably maybe the best player on the board, not named Downs or Jeremiah Love. Number 8 for the New Orleans Saints. With Ruben Bain gone, Arvell Reese gone, David Bailey gone, the top 2 wide receivers, all roads point to Jeremiah Love, in my opinion, for the Saints. Alvin Kamara was hurt a lot and had a pretty bad year in Kellen Moore's system. You're normally always in bad cap space scenarios, which you are, once again, believe it or not. You could cut Kamara to save $8.5 million. I would do so. I would be moving off of him and looking towards the future. Kellen Moore got your head coaching job because of the run game in Philadelphia. Let's get him his own running back, and Jeremiah Love to me is going to be a superstar. So don't feel bad at all about taking him 8th overall. 9 for the Kansas City Chiefs. This pick blows. No elite pass rusher. Jeremiah Love's not here. To me, I would not take Kenyon Sadiq, and Travis Kelce said he's coming back for one more year. You could still take a tight end, but I just don't think Sadiq's good enough to go 9th overall. So where do I want to go? We can head over to the Chiefs depth chart and talk this through. Offensive line, I think, could be considered with Spencer Fano available. Maybe you just go with Josh Simmons and Fano and look to move off of Jawan Taylor sucks. You're definitely going to be moving off him sooner rather than later. Um, Jalen Moore does not look like a good signing. So I do think Fano is a real option to be a plug and play starting right tackle, and the Chiefs don't mind spending early on offensive line. Second round pick, first round pick, third round pick. They just don't, and they pay a lot for it too. So in a year where you don't have cap space, maybe Fano just might just be your best option. So for the first time in a mock draft, and funny enough, it's on YouTube, I will take Spencer Fano ninth overall for the Kansas City Chiefs because, like I said, the two tackles you paid big money for are not good to me. So I would look to get rid of both of them, especially Jawan Taylor. Number 10 for the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm just going to run the card in on Caleb Downs. To me, he's the best player in the draft. The Bengals, to me, also have the worst safety play in the NFL. So it seems like a match made in heaven for a team that's trying to win now to get, I mean, like I said, the best player at number 10 overall. All right, 11 for my Dolphins. Cardinal Tate's gone. Jordan Tyson's gone. So big body wide receiver. I'm not taking Denzel Boston this high. Spencer Fano's gone. Francis Mauigoa's gone. I love me some Vega Ioane. 11 kind of feels early. Peter Woods really isn't a need. I think all roads at this point do point to Mansour Delane out of LSU, my by far favorite corner in the draft and best corner to me in the draft. Jermon McCoy, if I'm the Dolphins and you're trying to build this thing up, I wouldn't take a player coming off a torn ACL, regardless of how good he was before. Just go with the safest option and take Mansour Delane to me at 11. 12 for the Dallas Cowboys. Really a two-horse race. It's either Sonny Styles or Jermon McCoy. Cowboys linebackers are really bad, man. Just give me Sonny Styles at the 12th overall pick to improve that room and to add to the room with the Marvin Overshown already there. 13 for the Rams. Man, do I love me some Makai Lemon to the Rams. I think Tutu Atwell was pretty terrible this year. Not really his fault. He just didn't have a role. Jordan Whittington, meh. Mumfield, meh. Devontae Adams in his 30s, 1 year left on the contract. I love the corner value at 29. I just told you every reason of why I'm taking Makai Lemon here. Number 14 for the Baltimore Ravens. I know this is a very popular Peter Woods pick if he's here, especially for me. Maybe you trust that Namdi's going to be healthy off that neck injury. They're always scary. You did extend John Jenkins and Travis Jones. Peter Woods would be a good pairing with them, I do want to say. But maybe you just choose to protect your superstar quarterback and actually give him a chance, which I know that sounds crazy to the Ravens. I'm just going to go Vega Ioane out of Penn State to improve Daniel Falele at right guard. He could also play left guard because Andrew Voorhees, to me, hasn't been spectacular either. So, really, I mean, Falele's got to leave. If you want to pay another guard, Ioane's your other starter. So, I mean, I'm just kind of going the safest route here. Even Peter Woods, I think, probably should be the pick, but there's a lot of talk about Peter Woods falling, so let's play around with the idea and have him fall. 15 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Truth be told, I hate this pick when Sonny Styles isn't here because to me, I'm not taking CJ Allen 15th overall. I don't even know if CJ Allen's better than Anthony Hill, so I want to throw that out there. TJ Parker and Keldrick Falk and Akeem Mesidor in that same breath don't really fit the type of edge rusher you need. You just took David Walker and Elijah Roberts in the first 3, 4 rounds last year, so I don't assume you're trying to replace them already. Cassius Howe does fit. I don't think Cassius Howe goes 15th, considering his arms are 3 inches under the threshold. I'm going Kenyon Sadiq, man. Kate Otton's a free agent. You need more weapons for the future. Mike Evans getting old and a free agent. Chris Godwin getting old wasn't really the Chris Godwin we've seen in past years after that big, what was it, Achilles injury, I believe. He had missed a good bit of last year because of it. So, yeah, just go Kenyon Sadiq, man. There's your tight end in the future. Edge or linebacker, you'll definitely be able to get in the second round at better value. So let's just take Sadiq and move forward. 16 for the New York Jets. I took Arvel Reese at 2. I love me some Jermod McCoy to the Jets at 16. I really think I'm going to get a good corner at 33. So with how the board's fallen and considering who I took at 2, just go ahead and give me Peter Woods out of Clemson to add to the interior defense line. Jawan Briggs looked really good. I believe he's a free agent. Um, And outside of that, like, yeah, man, what is there? Is Harrison Phillips under contract still? I don't know. I don't really care. Peter Woods to me is one of the 10 best players in the draft without a doubt. So if he's here at 16, I would take him. 17 for the Detroit Lions. Keldrick Falk, I do think this is a good spot for him, but man, he is just not a good pass rusher at all. He got he got 9 sacks in 2024 somehow. The technique's not there. It kind of looks like he's uncomfortable in his body because of how damn big he is at 6'6", 285. He is a really good run defender that I like. But yeah, man, I think I'm probably better suited taking the edge, like I said, for the Bucks, just at the 50th pick. So go ahead. I'm going to invest in tackle. It sounds like Taylor Decker, one, could retire, or two, the Lions could move off of him. Personally, here, I would take Monroe Freeling out of Georgia. I think he's by far the best fit. I think Caden Proctor is going to go higher than Lomu and Monroe. So I'll take Proctor here. It seems like a lot of NFL teams love him. I get it. He's 6'7", 360 pounds. I believe he's not even 21, or he just turned 21. Yeah, not even 21 yet. So there's a ton to work with someone of that stature. He shows signs of being pretty athletic. Some people overglaze it and they're like, he's the greatest athlete ever at tackle. No, 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 no. Watch more film. No. But yeah, man. I mean, he could be a good fit for the Lions down the road at left tackle. You can't teach size at the end of the day. So if you think you can develop him, especially with arguably the best tackle in the NFL on the other side of your offensive line, then yeah, I get taking the risk. 18 for the Minnesota Vikings. All signs point to Brian Flores being back. I'm going to go get Brian Flores a CB1 and Jermod McCoy out of Tennessee at this pick. The Vikings corners are lackluster. Isaiah Rodgers has a good game, then he has a horrible game. Same thing with Byron Murphy. So if Jermod McCoy can come in and be your CB1, I would do that all day long at the 18th pick. All right, 19 for the Panthers. Kenyon Sadiq's gone. Mekhi Lemon's gone. I'm not even considering offense at this pick. So where do I want to go? It feels like edge or linebacker to me. You just got two bigger edge rushers in my guy Princely Umanmielen and Nick Scorton out of A&M. Cassius Howe feels like a pretty damn good fit with those guys. Roseboom's a free agent. I would not bring him back. Your linebackers probably are arguably the worst in the league. I would just go with the very safe floor and take C.J. Allen, 19th overall, if I'm Carolina in that situation. 20 for the Dallas Cowboys. I took Sonny Styles at 12. I'm looking to grab a corner right here. I love me some Avion Terrell. I think there might be a conflict with him and Duron Bland in the nickel. So I'm just going to go with the boundary corner and Colton Hood and allow Duron to be in the nickel at all times. Second Tennessee corner taken in the past three picks. Funny enough, he never even played with the other Tennessee corner because obviously being a Colorado transfer, and then balling out at Tennessee, Colton Hood never even shared the field with Jermon McCoy. All right, 21 for Pittsburgh. Some people will talk Ty Simpson. I don't think Pittsburgh's a really good fit for Simpson. I think Rodgers is probably going to be back with Mike McCarthy now. Avion Terrell, I do think is an amazing fit in the nickel for Pittsburgh, but you got some good fits in one. You have 3 third-round picks, so if Pons makes it there, yes, Keontae Scott, Chandler Rivers, Jalen Kilgore, I like a lot. So there's plenty of nickel options down the board. I'm just going to go with Denzel Boston. It feels like he's likely the next receiver off the board, and deservingly so. I mean, 6'4", 210, good boundary guy. And I really like his play set because Washington also doesn't mind just hiking the ball, throwing it to him in like a screen kind of format and like just let him work after the catch. So he is a very unique receiver. And now you have two twin towers on the boundary with DK and Boston, but they both play very different from each other. So I kind of like the pairing, truthfully. All right, 22 for the Chargers. I am not a fan of this pick whatsoever because Vega Ioane is not here. Caleb Lomu, I do think would be a pretty fun left guard for the Chargers. I think they'd probably just prefer to go Pregnon at that point. You just re-signed Terrence Hart. You're going to keep, I mean, Jamari Caldwell was a rookie last year. I assume you still want him to work in the nose tackle. So Hayden McDonald probably no. I really like Christian Miller, like a lot. I think he'd be a pretty fun pick. I'll go the safe route though. Like they need offensive line help. Just go with Emmanuel Pregnon, plug and play starting left guard for Mike McDaniel's new offense. That is so weird to say as a Dolphin fan. 23 for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I know it's kind of ironic that I just made the argument for him not to go to Dallas because they have a nickel corner primarily. Cooper DeJean is a lot better on the boundary than Duran Bland, in my opinion, and can work on the boundary a lot better. Avion Terrell, I also think is, I mean, granted, the Cowboys just hired the Eagles DB coach as their own, so probably similar defense being ran there in Dallas now. I just think Avion Terrell fits Adoree Jackson's role so well. Adoree Jackson's what, like 5'10, 5'11, 190 pounds. Terrell's 5'11, 180, but plays way more physical. He's great at causing fumbles, has that peanut punch down, gets the ball out a lot. Very instinctive, smart player. I would love this fit for the Eagles secondary with no Kenyon Sadiq or Caden Proctor available at this pick. 24 for the Browns. Like I said, I am very glad I took a wide receiver at six because now I'm going to go with a big athletic tackle that Cleveland has shown a liking to take. I'm going to go Monroe Freeling out of Georgia. Very good in space. Granted, I feel like Cleveland doesn't run outside the tackles a lot. Maybe they can start now that they have Monroe Freeling. Just very fun player, man. I mean, 6'7, 315, 320 pounds. So amazing size, no diddy. And yeah, like I said, the athleticism is what I love, man. He is so good in space, can climb the second level at an elite level. So go ahead and give me Monroe Freeling to the Browns at 24. 25 for the Bears. I think this is a pretty layup of a pick. Caden McDonald. I mean, you need run defense help in the middle of your defense. You need a nose tackle. I just described Caden McDonald. So let's go ahead and take him at 25. 26 for the Buffalo Bills. Casey Concepcion is a really fun fit. Shout out, you just promoted Joe Brady as your head coach. What would I grade that? 3 out of 10. I mean, I think Sean McDermott, excuse me, is a way better coach than Brady. Joe Brady runs like the same five offensive plays the whole game. The Bills' offense isn't very good. They just have Josh Allen, so I don't know. Maybe Concepcion would be a fun weapon to add to his offense. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, edge. They do need edge help a lot. I mean, Keldrick Falk has fallen. The Bills took a shot on Landon Jackson last year. Greg Russo's phenomenal. Adding a good run defender with high upside pass rush, like, kind of feels like a Bills thing they would do. So let's go ahead and take Keldrick Falk. Funny enough, the farthest Falk has fallen in a mock draft for me in quite some time. So he probably goes higher. He's probably a top 20 pick. Like I said, man, I don't see a lot that tells me he's going to develop as a pass rusher. He's super young, so he could, but just the fundamentals are, he's so far away. Like, oh, 27 for the 49ers. To me, it's got to be offense. Whether you go Caleb Lomu to play left guard, then left tackle after Trent Williams is done playing football, that's an option. You could go Casey Concepcion as a fun receiver. I love the wide receiver depth in this class, so that alone is going to make the pick for me be Caleb Lomu. And yeah, man, there's your plug and play starting left guard. I damn near think he might be better at left guard than tackle at the NFL level because he's damn near sub 300 pounds, only like 302. So yeah, very light tackle, and yeah, I mean, start him at left guard next to Trent Williams if Williams returns, and then maybe he's your long term left tackle. 28 for the Texans. Man, oh man, has the offensive line been depleted. I will not reach for offensive line just because it's a need. You have another pick coming up at 38 and 59. Maybe I look towards there. I think Christian Miller is a match made in heaven for D'Amico Ryan's defense on the interior. Just getting that pass rush disruption in the middle of your defense to me feels phenomenal. So I would take Christian Miller 10 times out of 10 if there's not an offensive lineman you like. 29 for the LA Rams. We took Makai Lemon at 13. I'm happy with my choice. I think Brandon Cisse would be an elite boundary corner for the Rams in this situation, or elite, at least elite value at 29. Here, let me go ahead and trade. And I mean, the reason the Rams are at home is because um, the secondary gave up 350 yards and 3 touchdowns to Sam Darnold. So I don't know why PFF hasn't updated this yet. Obviously, Denver picking at 30 post elimination. Not a good pick, man. I mean, Christian Miller's not here for the John Franklin Myers replacement. CJ Allen's not here. So, yeah, I mean, F this pick truly. Keldrick Falk would have been a great John Franklin Myers replacement. Casey Concepcion to me feels way too similar to what's already there. So, I'm not really looking to do that, to be honest with you. Chris Johnson, I love, and I do think he's better than Riley Moss. People like the Caleb Banks pick. I'm not really one of them. Tight end, there's nothing. Man, this pick blows. I'm a lot higher on him than most people. I would take Anthony Hill Jr. at the 30th pick. I know he's typically a second round, mid second round pick. I mean, but hey, man, the board felt like shit, and you can't do much about that. Well, you can trade, but in a mock draft where I'm not trading, I got to make a pick. I do think Anthony Hill is probably the best fit for Denver. Super young player, great build at linebacker, 6'3", 240. So Vance Joseph, just work your magic on him and develop him. 31 for the Patriots. I think TJ Parker is a pretty easy pick, in my opinion. Akeem Mesidor is also here. Cassius House here. I think Parker's the safer player, true three down player. 3 years younger than Mesidor, too, which was a big selling point of taking Parker over Mesidor. And man, even though Clemson was terrible, Parker really wasn't that bad this past year. So let's go ahead and take him at 31. 32 for the Seahawks. Akeem Mesidor, I do think, would be a good fit for the edge because Boye Mafe's a free agent. Demarcus Lawrence is up there in years. Guard, it's just not the pick at 32 with how the board fell. I do love me some Chris Johnson. I'm going to take Chris Johnson, actually. F it, why not? He measured in a lot better than what people thought he would. 6 foot, 190 pounds. So to me, that's a boundary corner, regardless of the speed. I think his speed, he'll probably run in the mid 4.5s. If that makes him fall to the second round, like I just don't know what we're doing anymore. Like the dude has been elite at San Diego State pretty much the whole time he was in college. He was good the past couple of years as well. But like this year, it was at another level. Like he was arguably the best corner in the nation. So I would take him. Let's go ahead, hop in the second round. 33 for the Jets. Got Arvell Reese and Peter Woods. You need corner and wide receiver. Casey Concepcion does feel like a fun option. Ty Simpson is here though. Like, are the Jets going to pass on quarterback with really like Justin Fields is probably getting cut? Yeah, you can say, okay, we'll sign a Kyler Murray, a Geno, a Tua, whatever. But like, I don't think that's going to keep Aaron Glenn's job for him. So I think I will go Ty Simpson here at 33, and we're just going to have to wait on wide receiver or corner until day 3. 34 for the Cardinals. Took Francis Noah at 3. Surprisingly, Anthony Walker is not available. No problem for me. I'm a big fan of Josiah Trotter, so I'll just take him 34th for the Cardinals to still add linebacker play. The linebacker room in Arizona is pretty horrendous, so yeah, I mean, I don't really mind doing it. 35 for the Titans. You got Ruben Bain at 4. Love Keith Abney. I think this pick has to go to the offense, though. And Casey Concepcion adds a real speed threat. He normally doesn't make it to the second round for me, but if he was here, I feel like the Titans would at least have to consider it. DK also brings the speed. Obviously, a phenomenal kick returner. I think he's more of a wide receiver 4 at the NFL level. Manor is a good boundary threat. Calvin Ridley's going to get cut. So yeah, Concepcion I feel like is a good chain mover and just a really fun player to get the ball in his hands early. 36 for the Raiders. Obviously took Mendoza at 1. I like taking Surratt to pair him with Mendoza. I just think the offensive line and defensive line is a lot worse. I would just go ahead and take Caleb Banks, take the big freak at the tackle here, 6'6", 330 pounds. He is an older prospect, but I mean, it seems like a lot of people think he's a first round pick, regardless of him barely even playing in college. I mean, especially the past 2 years. 2024, he was good, but we were still, it was a lot of projection that he would take another step in 25. He got hurt. So it's like, I don't really know how we're just jumping to the conclusion that he is a first round pick. 37 took Cardinal Tate at 5. I'm going to go try to get my Kyle Hamilton and Manuel McNeil Warren, excuse me. One of my favorite players in the draft. It seems like everyone is starting to love this dude, and rightfully so. But I don't think that makes him a first round pick. I mean, Nicky Memori to me was, dare I say, light years better. Like, that's how much I loved. I mean, Nicky Memori was like my prospect 15 on my big board, and he was still a second round pick despite breaking records in testing at the safety position. So I don't know if Warren or Thieneman gets to the first round, but I do think that'd be a very good fit for him with New York at 37. 38 for the Texans. Took Christian Miller at 28. Funny enough, I'm going to take another Miller, being Blake Miller, to try to be your right tackle of the future, opposite of Variante Ursery. Miller, really good athlete. There's going to be a lot of growing pains. He is a raw prospect, but hell, Daniel Jeremiah had him going to the Rams in the first round, so I feel like 38 isn't too early for Blake Miller. 39 for the Cleveland Browns. Got Jordan Tyson, got Monroe Freeling. Akeem Mesidor being here is like, damn, dude. Like, I know you extended Alex Wright, but damn, damn, damn. He is a good player. Safety, I think you're probably better off waiting till 70. Seems like there's going to be some good value. I'm just going to take Connor Liu. And I know Connor Liu slid down boards recently because he missed half the year. But man, he was probably a first round pick before he got hurt, even being a center. So, I mean, Ethan Posich tore his AC or Achilles, excuse me, Achilles or AC. He tore one of them, which it's a big injury at the NFL level. He's in his 30s. He's a free agent. I don't think he's brought back. Connor Liu can be a plug and play starting center for the Browns. Keep investing in the offensive line. 40 for the Chiefs. I am so happy I went Spencer Fano at 9 because I am sprinting the card in on Akeem Mesidor to pair him with George Karlaftis. Just feels like a Spags type of edge rusher, assuming he doesn't get one of the final head coaching jobs, which there's not a lot of steam that he will. So yeah, man, run the card in on Akeem Mesidor. Fantastic player, regardless of being 25 years old. 41 for the Bengals. Got Caleb Downs at 10. That's a good start to building something. Dylan Fairchild, I think, has left guard locked down. Right guard, Dalton Reisner is just not very good. And neither is Cody Ford. This might be early. I love Keelan Rutledge. I think he is one of the most underrated players in the draft. Had a almost 100% win rate this year at guard, 99.1. The dude is fantastic. There's good size. He's a pretty good athlete, strong as an ox. Like, I protect Joe Burrow, please. Keep him healthy for 1 year, please. 42 for the Saints. Went Jeremiah Love at 8. At this point, it's pretty much just the value that sticks out. I'm just going to take Cassius Howell. He feels like a really fun player to let Brandon Staley get his hands on and just develop in some sort of role. You really have nothing like him with Cam Jordan, Carl Granderson, and Chase Young in the pass rush room. So, hybrid that can drop off into coverage and add some real speed to the edge room, sign me up. 43 for the Miami Dolphins, my Miami Dolphins. We got Mansour Delane at 11. I'd damn near go Keith Abney, and I'm not joking. I mean, that's how bad the secondary is with so many free agents. It does feel like they're going to take offensive line pretty early. Caleb Tiernan would have to make the switch to right tackle. Basantis can come in and compete for guard if you cut James Daniels. Max, I don't think is going this high. Maybe you do wait because there's some pretty solid value in the third round. So maybe, just maybe, you can squeak by waiting. Wide receiver, I mean, like, I don't think you'll take Chris Bell because he's hurt. I love Omar Cooper Jr. I like Chris Brazel. I like Surratt. Like the value. For those who don't know, the Dolphins have 3 third-round picks, so they can definitely wait if they want to. I feel like it's just talent over anything at this point. Still, I can't double dip at corner. Dylan Thieneman would be solid. I think I'm just going to take my litter of the big wide receivers. Chris Bell could be a stud down the line for the Dolphins, like he really could. Jeremy Bernard's a safe floor. This pick is really tough, and I know it's my Dolphins. That's why I'm taking so long. Um, you know what? NFL teams really don't tend to care about where you play in college. I'm just going to take Caleb Tiernan. Sully and Jeff Halfley, man. Both of them, the only thing I keep hearing when they talk in interviews, trenches, 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 trenches. I wouldn't even be surprised if they reached in the first round for a trench player. So Caleb Tiernan, some dude that is just massive, 6'7", 325 pounds. Might worry about the arm length a little bit. The Packers were not scared to move tackles into guard. Look at Jordan Morgan. They moved Elton Jenkins into center. I mean, at some point down the line, well, I'm pretty sure he was a tackle coming out of college, if I'm not wrong. So Tiernan, try him out right tackle. If it doesn't work, go to right guard or left guard. Savati Naya, I think, should move to right guard, so maybe even left guard for Tiernan. 44 for the Jets. You got Arvell Reese, Peter Woods, and Ty Simpson. I'm going to be honest. Yes, you need corner bad. Maybe you just spend on free agency. I like Keith Abney a lot. I think it might just be a little too valuable to get Jeremy Bernard here to get a familiar face for Ty Simpson in the offense. Bernard, I think, also is a very good pairing with AD Mitchell and Garrett Wilson in the receiving room because, unlike AD Mitchell and John Mechie, he doesn't drop the ball. He's not really a big play threat, but he's strong as hell. And like I said, a guy that just doesn't drop the ball, you can never go wrong with them at the NFL level. 45 for the Ravens. You got Vega Ioane at 14. I really want to add pass rush. Chris Bell really does intrigue me, though. And I think Chris Bell is going to be the pick, actually. One thing Eric DaCosta has showed me, he is not scared to take players entering the draft that are injured. He took David Ajabo, he took Andrew Voorhees, and there's probably plenty of other options that aren't coming to mind. Chris Bell is probably the fourth or fifth best receiver in the draft. He was a top 25 pick. He tore his ACL in November, so maybe he falls. And I think the Ravens, he'd actually be a very good pairing for their wide receiver room at 45 to pair with Flowers, Walker, and Bateman. 46, took Kenyon Sadiq, BPA at 15. I will take a linebacker this go around and grab Jake Golday out of Cincinnati. A little bit of an older prospect at 24, but 6'4, 240, hell of an athlete, really instinctive. The dude is a baller. If he was 22, 23 years old, he's probably a first round pick. 47 for the Colts. I'm not going to lie to you, man. Linebacker has got depleted. I like Rodriguez. I don't know if he's a top 50 pick. Instead, I'll audible to safety. You know what? Oh, damn. Oh, damn, damn, damn. I'm going to do something for the first time, and it's just because he fell. Give me Keith Abney the second here. Keith Abney is my corner three. So, I mean, he normally goes higher than 47. He is small, though. 5'9, 190, probably a nickel. This to me is about as perfect of a Kenny Moore replacement down the road, but I think he can also coexist with Kenny Moore playing on the boundary a year. Chavarius Ward, I think, could retire. Obviously, lost his daughter. Absolute tragic, what, a year or two ago. Rest in peace to her soul. And then he got like four concussions last year, so life just hasn't been treating Mooney Ward very good. Maybe he retires. You never know. So maybe Keith Abney plays on the boundary, but then is your long term nickel replacement to Kenny Moore. 48 for the Falcons. I love this pick to death. Omar Cooper every single time if he's available. Perfect fit with Drake London. Great yak receiver, probably the second best in the class to Makai Lemon. So yeah, man, if he's here at 48, it's really a layup in my opinion. 49 to the Vikings. You got Jermod McCoy. Connor Lew's not available. The running backs are. And I am quite the Jonah Coleman fan. So go ahead and give me Jonah Coleman at 49 for the Vikings. Bowling ball, 5'9, 230 pounds, but he's a great receiving back too. Over 300 receiving yards, not a single drop this past season. I think Jonah Coleman's pretty severely underrated at this point. 50. You got Caden Proctor at 17. I'm going to add some length and speed on the edge with Joshua Josephs out of Tennessee. I don't know why PFF moved him down so far. He was in like 30s, then one day he's just in the 60s. Interesting. Joshua Josephs, also a young player, I believe. I think he's only 21. Might no, he's not. He's 22 or 23. Probably getting him confused with someone else. But Joshua Josephs, like I said, is going to add speed off the edge. And I think he's a pretty good Muhammad replacement who pretty much told you he is going bag hunting in free agency. 51 for the Panthers, went CJ Allen at 19. Our Mason Thomas is a pretty good pairing with Nick Scorton and Princely Umanmielen. So go ahead and give me R. Mason Thomas at 51 to add to the edge room and improve the front seven. 52 for the Packers. I hate this pick because it feels like you just have to take boundary corner. Julian Neal, I like. Dalen Everett, I like. Davis and Igbinosun, I like. It just feels a little early for all of them. But Julian Neal, I mean, 6'2, 210, great tackler. Can't go wrong with one of those guys, especially with how bad your corners are. 53 for Pittsburgh. My damn nose itches, man. Got Denzel Boston at 21. It might be early. D'Angelo Pons is a dog, and you need to upgrade at nickel. Brandon Eccles is okay. D'Angelo Pons would be a fantastic upgrade over him, regardless of being 5'8", 175. The dude, it like his game comes from the heart. Like you see it. His effort level, like he just outworks everybody, and I would bet on a guy like that, regardless of the size. 54 for the Eagles, got Avion Terrell at 23. Go ahead and give me Max Clare out of Ohio State. To me, the clear tight end two in this class. Goddard's free agent in his 30s. Feels like a pretty good long term replacement. 55 for the Chargers, went Emmanuel Pregnon at 22. I would like to add a pass rusher with Khalil Mack being a free agent. And I think I go Derek Moore. I mean, John Harbaugh has his ties to Michigan. Obviously, he'll have the full wrap on Moore and Barham. Moore, I think, fits better because he's a three down type of player, good size, around what, 6'4, 260, 6'5, 265. Overshot it, 6'3, 260, but still, really good three down player. I mean, I like Derek Moore a ton. I think he's kind of underrated because I don't see him in a lot of two round mocks at all. 56 for the Jags, Dylan Thieneman, or excuse me, I mean, Thieneman will be the pick. I meant to say Andrew Wingard's a free agent. I think Thieneman, even if Wingard's back, Eric Murray shouldn't be a starter. So you got to upgrade that safety position, in my opinion. 57 for the Chicago Bears. Got Caden McDonald at 25. I'd almost stay with that same breath and go Genesis Smith out of Arizona. Freak athlete, one of the best athletes in the class. Bad tackler. He misses a lot of tackles, but the effort is there, and you can teach tackle for him. So I'm not too worried about that. Pretty good in coverage, high completion rate, but not a lot of yards at all. So that doesn't bother me. And all your safeties are free agents. 58 for the Niners. You got Caleb Lomu. Brock Purdy needs more weapons. Oh, man. Oh, Brazel or Surratt. Brazel's so unique at 6'5", 200 pounds, but he's not that physical. Like, he's not good in contested catches. So go ahead and give me Elijah Surratt for the boundary. 59 for the Texans. Hmm. Got Christian Miller and Blake Miller. Don't think there's another Miller for me to take. Let's go ahead and grab Woody Marks, a partner in the backfield with Jadarian Price out of Notre Dame. I think he'd actually be a pretty good pairing with Marks, just both pretty much add physicality to the backfield. And yeah, man, I mean, Joe Mixon's going to get cut. I doubt they bring Nick Chubb back. Daria Gumawale is a fun receiving option. Jadarian Price really got no receiving work at all at Notre Dame. So a lot of that's probably because of Jeremiah Love just being who he is. So Jadarian Price, I do like the pairing as a 1-2 punch with Woody Marks. 60 for the Bills. I'm going to take the shot on Brazel. I mean, it just feels like they have to at this point. They need boundary receivers. Josh Palmer, terrible signing. Curtis Samuel, terrible signing. Keon Coleman, terrible draft pick. Maybe Brazel can break the curse of boundary. I mean, Curtis Samuel's not a boundary, but you know what I'm saying. Like, just boundary guys not succeeding in Buffalo's offense. So let's go take a shot on Brazel at 60. 61. You got Makai Lemon and Brandon Cisse. I don't think I'm done in the secondary. I don't really feel like taking Trinidad Chambliss. I don't think he fits with the Rams at all. AJ Halsey, I like a good bit. Andy's versatile, can come in the box. I think over 150 snaps in the box this season. So just a hybrid player to add to your defense. And Cam Curl is a free agent. So I don't think that's a bad move at all, in my opinion. 62 for the Broncos. Got Anthony Hill at 30. I think Eli Stowers is just such a good Evan Ingram replacement. It makes a lot of sense. I'm a little lower on Stowers personally. He's around my tight end 5 or 6. I love Justin Jolie, one of my favorite tight ends in the class. But yeah, Stowers, not a bad pick at all. 63 for the Patriots. Already got TJ Parker. Tackle, if there's really not a lot here, I would say. Jennings Dunker, I guess I should point out, I'm a lot lower on him than most people. Just FYI, that's why he's still available. Maybe he goes top 50. I don't know. Linebacker, like Jacob Rodriguez, would actually be a pretty fun fit. Um, you know what? Wow. Nah, you know what? Just give me Jacoby Lane. I'm looking for a boundary physical wide receiver. That's Jacoby Lane through and through. 6'4", 195, good size, great hands. Makes some of the craziest catches you'll see in college football. So, yeah, if that's your Mac Hollins upgrade, A+. 64 for the Seahawks to end this 2-round mock out that I hope y'all enjoyed. We got Chris Johnson at 32. If Clint Kubiak is back, I do think Jennings Dunker would be a very good right guard in Seattle's offense. So let's go ahead and do a recap. I always click 7 rounds just so I can show you all the draft picks when I'm talking. But here is the full recap of my first 2-round mock on YouTube. I hope y'all enjoyed, man. It was a fun one to do, man. We did some things for the first time, like Spencer Fano at 9. Keldrick Falk falling out of the top 25. Anthony Hill back in the first round. Casey Concepcion falling. Blake Miller goes high. Keelan Rutledge, this is the highest I probably ever had him go, but I think it's deservingly so to the Bengals. And yeah, man, I think it was a fun one. I hate the fact like Lee Hunter fell, Abe Jackus, I guess fell, Trinidad Chambliss. I don't know what he's even doing, but yeah, man, I really hope y'all enjoyed. 3 round mocks will be coming soon, maybe after the Senior Bowl. Who knows? Stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. I appreciate everybody that subscribed. The channel is doing way better than what I thought it would at this early of a rate. So thank you to all of y'all. And until next time, man, y'all be safe. Peace.